Oh man, I feel like I got a bunch of stuff on my mind to talk about today. No workout today, so won't talk about that. But I did coach to workout the CrossFit Total, which is you have athletes build up to a heavy 1 rep max back squat, then a heavy 1 rep max strict press, then a heavy 1 rep max deadlift, and it's a cool workout. I like that workout for a lot of reasons. I like it as a test. I like it as a benchmark. I like it as a recurring benchmark. It's a menace to coach. It's a huge menace to coach. And I think today I did different warm-ups for both the 5:30 a.m. and I wanted to try something different to get more time for the 6:30 a.m. And I'm definitely someone who, when I like to lift, I like to do a lot of warm-up sets. In my experience, I've just always felt better, performed better when I've done that. So, try to teach what you know, bring that to class. But it's just a beast to coach, to give athletes enough time to build up, warm up successfully, and then potentially hit PRs. It's a lot to do. But one thing I think just works really well is they come in, you have a quick whiteboard brief, and maybe less than 3 minutes. And then they're going to do something that's cardio based at like a moderate effort for 3 to 5 minutes. And then from there, you're starting with a PVC and you're just having them do the movements. You're taking them through press, deadlift, and then back squat with a PVC until you feel like their movements improve with the PVC, and then move to an empty barbell. And then I think the goal is to try and get them to start back squatting with 20, 25 minutes into class, and then split the rest of the class time up. Across the other 3 movements. But I like that, and I think if you're like doing a lot of back squats out of the rack, even if they're light, then you're getting warmed up. It's a great movement to warm up with. I think where you get lost in that class is just doing too much fancy stuff. Anyway, I really liked coaching it. Group did great. Just good movers over at good old CrossFit Mafia. Had a couple thoughts I wanted to chat about. Had this one the other day. Son and I were talking about like change and just how life rolls by, and also I think there's like so much to appreciate in change, and that I think things that occur in life, really special events, maybe it's like special moments with a loved one or something really new. We have like everybody at our gym is pregnant right now, so that's an incredible event. But I think one of the things that makes those moments so special is they just are so fleeting. I think if the moment lasted forever, or the thing lasted forever, it probably wouldn't feel as special. I don't know. That's just my guess. But we were talking about this kind of a little bit the other day, and how to enjoy those moments. And we've touched on this in other episodes, like the concept of the perfect moment and just being, present, whatever that means. One analogy I thought of that I really liked is it's sort of like, it's kind of like clutching the butterfly. I don't know if you've ever were a little kid or as an adult, if you ever like had a butterfly land on your hand or held a butterfly in your hand, and you really just got to hold it like so lightly, to kind of keep it there for a moment. And you're kind of not even holding it. You're making like a pseudo cage around it with your fingers, a little pedestal. And because if you hold it too tightly, they're really easy to crush. You damage the wings, and you miss this really special moment by trying to control it and make it last if you try to hold them too tightly. And I think like so many of the best moments in life are exactly like that. And I think the more you can learn to kind of just clutch the butterfly or hold the butterfly there, ever so lightly, but always also being very willing to let it go, the more you can appreciate moments in your life. I think the more you try to never let them go, I don't know. I think it kind of changes the experience of it. There's something I was thinking about a lot. There's something there to discuss, but you can't try to control those moments too much. You just got to sort of like enjoy it and then let it pass on. I think that was something we were talking about in reflection of this year. We just had like so many great little moments of the year like that. And I think, if you, like the other night when we were, had friends over for New Year's, and I already said it was just such a fantastic time. But I could tell like things were kind of winding down toward the end of the night. And we had played some games and you watched the ball drop, blah, blah, blah. And I could tell the moment, where it kind of shifted. I could tell, there was that energy shift and everyone's getting ready to go to bed. And there's this part of me that is just always like, why would we go to bed? Let's stay up longer. Let's do more. Let's keep this moment going. But also what had made all the moments up to that so sweet was the fact that they were going to end. We were going to move on to the next day. And, so I kind of like noticed that moment and then calmly just took a deep breath and let it pass. And, hey, great day. Good night. Everybody went to bed and you kind of move on. But I think if you had tried to force it, it wouldn't have made it any better or more special. A buddy of mine used to say, like, if you're having a great time at a venue, don't change venue, And almost every time I've stuck to that advice, things have gone really well. And every time I've ignored it, things have not turned out as great as I thought they would be. But I think they're kind of similar, right? Like you have this good thing right here, right now, and you probably don't understand all of the elements that went into creating this really special good thing. And if you try to change it too much, you lose it. But that was something I thought was really cool and took longer to talk about, as usual, than what I wanted it to take. And then the other thing, this is like total 180 different direction, is that I've been like super annoyed with somebody in my sphere of life. I'm not going to name names because some of you probably don't know anyway, but like really annoyed, almost to the point of just like going out of my way to like point at what annoys me or what I can't stand about how they behave. And so I was talking to Cassandra again tonight, and I said, well, maybe this person is, maybe I'm having this moment with this person right now because there's something about this that I need to take out of it. Like there's some lesson that I need to learn. And they're not an imminent threat, it's not like I need to stand ground and defend or anything like that. I'm just sort of being like, hey, I don't like the way you operate. You're a real turd burglar. And I wouldn't do it that way if I was there in that position. But the more I thought about this, it kind of made me think like if someone in your life is doing something that like frustrates you, it's probably worthwhile to stop and think about what it is that they are doing that frustrates you. And one, is it something that you do? Sometimes you dislike in others what you dislike most in yourself. Or is it something that, you want to proactively make up for? Like they're doing this one thing that you don't like. You think they should be doing, I don't know, let's just say you think they should be being more communicative. So instead of me sitting around being just a resentful nerd, I need to be, that change. Reminds me more advice I've received in my life, be the change you wish to see, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. I thought it was really interesting. Like I said, if you're in a scenario, no one's an imminent threat, everybody's like, there's no physical harm on the way, and you're getting really frustrated. And I don't like how so-and-so does X, Y, and Z. I think it's really worthwhile to stop and think about, okay, what is it that they're not doing, that you want them to do? Could you bring that to the table? Do you not like it because you also do this thing that you can't stand about them? I don't know. It was a good little moment of reflection because I've been super annoyed by this person. And I think it's kind of just a moment for me to be like, well, you're not so great. You probably got to tighten your own shit up too. So kind of an opportunity, I think, to push in some ways and develop and grow in some ways that I probably haven't in a little while. And, accept the consequences of me trying to do that. Because I think the consequences of me not doing anything at all and just complaining all the time, that has now become annoying to me. So there you go. Those are the thoughts on my mind today. Really not much else. Just enjoying the daily chats, and again getting excited for some upcoming guests and thinking about the changes of seasons with this thing. Maybe starting to share some short-term, long-term goals and the progress on those. But that's really it. New Year is kicking off. It's fantastic. The vibe in the gym was great today. which is always really fun to kick off the new year. So see you guys tomorrow.